topic that's been going on recently, and that is Smash 4's the Grand Finals of EVO at EVO Smash 4's Grand Finals of EVO. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know much about. I don't know my thoughts in regards to Smash. I don't know what to say other than it's. I don't know. In terms of like competition wise, it is still a. Competition wise, it still has it's, well, how can I say this? It's kind of a thing of, I think it's karma to how people felt. In a way, this is kind of like, you say it in terms of karma, because here's the thing. It's a mixture of karma, yet what do I think about the Grand Finals, how they acted in the Grand Finals. I feel like they were doing too much. In terms of, generally, they just spend time just doing nothing but kind of just having fun and just being, I think, childish, kind of. I don't think there was collusion. Now, the part of collusion, I don't think there was collusion involved. In terms of them, it's just, to them, they just kind of just played it like a casual, friendly match. It was just, it kind of just played the game like friendlies, because if you don't know, they are friends, Lima and CaptainZack. Do I believe that they were doing this in form of disrespect? I don't think they were trying to. I think they knew what they were doing. And I think they knew what they were doing. I believe so, but I don't think they were gonna, like, you know, think about splitting the prize pot or something. If they did, then but that's probably, they did that after a tournament. They just probably just like, I don't know. The thing about the tournament is there was mostly just a lot of other things. There was mostly just competitive. There was just mostly just a lot of stuff involving mostly a lot of things. I say in terms of how people felt about these guys, I feel like a lot of things have been just in terms of like how they acted, so I worded this out pretty much carefully. I pretty much explained this to my sister about why certain things. I feel like in terms of how they acted, and feel like it's, to me, I feel like it, in a way, it is disrespectful. I know people have their opinions, like, you know, these two were just made a Grand Finals. They can play however they want, in however they want, whoever character they want to play, even if the character is not their main per se or anything like that. The thing is about why people are upset is you are playing in a tournament. You're playing the Grand Finals, basically the final battle, basically the final set. You're playing for the grand. You're playing for the championship. You're playing for the for the the big part big the lion's share of the pots. You're playing. You are playing for the glory and the respect of your peers. You knowing that I had, and plus plus the bracket has pretty much a foul. Probably like I don't know how many people were in this bracket. I think there's like I'm gonna say there is. I'm probably sure this tournament had at least 1,000. I'm assuming 1,000 people, I believe. If you play in 1,000 person, and if you're the last two people in a bracket of like 1,000 people at least, the main thing is you give them at least give those fellow players a show worthy of you guys worked hard. You guys, I had to play against you. At least I say 10, because you at least had to play through pools. You had to play through the main bracket. You had to play through a lot of stuff. Through probably a large chunk of people. You had to play a bunch of 2 out of 3 sets. You had to play a few best of 5s. You have made it to the pinnacle. You made it to the promised land. And what I think in Grand Finals, to them, if you play like half-ass or don't give it like your all and whatnot, it is pretty much a slap in the face to your fellow players and the community you're representing. And especially in EVO, which is the biggest tournament of the year, you're not only representing your peers, the community, Smash community, but you're also plus, if the tournament is sponsored by Nintendo, which it was, you also have to play. You're also playing for them. You're representing them, especially in a way. You doing this kind of is a slap in the face to Nintendo. You're kind of slapping in the face of a lot of people, and the thing is, I don't know if it's all. Now the thing about Lima and CaptainZack, they were booed and the thing about CaptainZack and Lima, I don't know. I know of them. I know they both play this character. And one of the things is they are known for their to have their personas. They are considered villainous. Have this play the part of villains. They're known to troll and pretty much to feed off hate and have this villain role, which I think fighting games and stuff need villains? Yes, I believe so. I mean, think of Leffen, think of F-Champ, think of whoever. It's common to have someone you hate to love, but some of us love to hate. I mean, H-Box makes sense. H-Box, Leffen, F-Champ, anyone. I mean, and people have that villain role. In a way, and if you're a villain, which is in the case of Leffen, in the case of Lima and CaptainZack, this tournament, you could have silenced anyone. You could just, now, what I think they could have said or done afterwards It's pretty much like, look, we have, in, because the truth is, they were gonna get booed, and they just knew, like, look, I think they just, like, I think that stalling part was, like, was drawn out and just pissed people off even more. I mean, people were already upset that there was already 2 Bales in Grand Finals, and 2, I think there was like 3 Bales in like the top 4, and there were 3 Bales in top 4. So to me, there was 3 Bales in top 8, and in the end there was 2 that were in Grand Finals. So I think it was like a lot of hatred. I don't think everyone deserves that. I don't think that. I feel like there is a thing that they've done. I believe is they should have gave a early game. And I have watched. I watched Zero's opinion on it. I watched Omni's opinion on it. I kind of agree with it. I agree with him in a sense because it makes sense because if somehow they've been Lima and CaptainZack tweets said that they were trying to be disrespectful. They weren't trying to do this and that. They weren't trying to disrespect the Smash community or Nintendo in any way. But you guys knew what you were doing, especially if you guys were just doing the main stuff involving like, for example, involving at least. But one of the things that kind of hurts is there might be repercussions to this because, especially, we already know this was going to be Smash 4's last year, regardless, because we have a new Smash game coming out very soon, right around the corner, and will be coming to EVO. There actually has been rumors that this might be Melee's last year at EVO. Even though Melee draws numbers. The main thing is because of Mr. Wizard, one of the main tournament organizers, pretty much said that this might be Smash last year EVO. And Smash in EVO has had a bit of a rocky relationship for years especially because Smash. If you don't know the history of Smash in EVO, I guess I can explain. Smash vs. Melee was available in 2007. Was first appearance at EVO was in 2007. It was in 2007 with Ken defeating Hugs in Grand Finals to pretty much proving himself as regarded as the best Smash player of all time. In 2008, when Brawl came around, 2008, the game Smash Brothers had EVO's rule set involved having items on and a bizarre stage selection process, which had a player named CPU, I believe, defeat Ken in Grand Finals and win the tournament with Rob. And since then, that soured Smash community and EVO community, and there was no Brawl, no Melee till 2013 when Melee community raised a big amount of money just to have the game at EVO. I think it was in 2000 I think it was like about, help me out on this, Chad, is it 250 grand, I believe? But But in 2013, that's when Melee came back to Smash, and has been there every year. Smash has been around since 2015. Came around in 2015, and has been it's been there for 4 years. It's been there, so Smash has been around since 2013. So this is pretty much the 6th year that EVO has had Smash entirely, but the 4th that has had 2. But one of the things HBox said is to Mr. Wizard, like, maybe you should had a conversation with Mr. Wizard about, think about the decision considerably, think about the decision of that Smash pulls in numbers, which it does, because by the time I got there, it was like almost 200,000 people watching. Even though most of them pretty much was like, okay, can we please get rid of this childish game? This is not a real fighting game, because Tekken 7 was actually about to come up next. It's about to be after Melee. So, but other than that, 200,000 people came to watch pretty much watch your channel. Pretty much 200,000 people came to watch Melee. And that was the game. And Mr. Wizard did say we'll consider keeping Melee around. So now, like, okay, you kind of have a point. We might we'll keep you guys on in the definitely still have you at EVO. It's like a consider it. It's like a maybe we'll think about it. Because the thing is, thing about Smash, the eyes of FGC, is for children. It's pretty much a childish game. It has people that are childish and are disrespectful. And if the FGC saw that Grand Finals, they're like, yep, what we say is true. The Smash community is bunch of children and pretty much disrespectful kids, so which are disrespectful, childish and whatnot. I don't believe that everything about I don't believe that Smash is like that in general. I believe that everyone has entitled to what their general idea of what Smash is. I believe that Smash is, but because of who knows what, because actually last year at EVO, there was actually Nintendo executives who actually watched it. I've heard from Zero, he said that there's been high level Nintendo executives he said that pretty much Smash is. And he told those executives, hey, you should try at least give a look at least consider Smash, at least know how important how Smash is, how our community is. The game is, we love this game, we love the community. And fast forward a year later, who knows if there was Nintendo executives. I mean, Nintendo had a direct, so maybe they will address, who knows what, but Nintendo, there's going to be a direct on Wednesday, so who knows what information might be. They might announce that part might announce new characters, who knows. What if one of the announcements was going to be a Smash World Tour, or maybe something like a Smash Bros., something like a Capcom Pro Tour, or Pro Tour, or B, they were gonna at least do something like or maybe they'll actually do is try at least sponsor some of the tournaments, and at least provide pop bonuses. who knows what Melee, who knows what they could do for Smash Brothers. They might do it for Ultimate and do something for Melee, you know, because of our devotion to both all of Smash in general, the Smash Brothers in general. But in terms of doing something like what happened, who knows what could happen. The game could change a lot differently depending on how you look at how this is. So we don't know what could happen. I'm really like this. I don't know. I think mostly let's just let it die down. Let's just hope to see what people say. Because one of the things is, especially, there's a lot of mainstream media. What I think that pretty much either CaptainZack or Lima should have done, and actually ESPN actually has interviews with winners. What they could have done was at least say, like, you know, we have people address why we have that issue, and it's mostly because a lot of people around the community has this issue with a character we main, Bayonetta. She is known to have pretty much a crazy liar combo, which is impossible to get out of, and pretty much kills you with relative ease, and a lot of stuff where she's considered overpowered, broken, etc. And the reason is, and over time, I have had people harass me, which actually a lot of Bayonetta players have said that they have actually been harassed and had been harassed and verbal chats, and I've heard over time there has been reports that there have been these hurtful hate messages and stuff because of what people play. And that's, to me, I feel like this. Here's my thing. I don't have any issue with Bayo whatsoever. Do I think she has these things? Yes. Do I think, okay, will there ever be a Bayonetta nerf? Now, well, since Smash Ultimate is going to be in the corner, who knows? I think when Sakurai saw what she was able to do in a game, what MKLeo did to pull up and Ridley in Ultimate, I think it shows, this is what the character is in a game. Because it looked like they just basically, because Smash 4 was a base to Ultimate used Smash 4 as a base, and I think with the Invitational, it pretty much showed, this is what the character can do. And this has been, and now I think if Sakurai realized, okay, yeah, we're gonna fix, this is not what's supposed to happen. Because I don't think any of people think, because I think just like all of us, I don't think she is really supposed to be able to do that, most of that stuff. But that was in the game, and that's what people have done. I have no real gripes with a lot of players. Any players, I don't think any of them deserve a lot of hate. A lot of them are cool dudes, actually. Are actually at least cool people. Like Cassell's from Indianapolis, and he's a really cool dude. He's a nice guy. He's actually pretty cool dude. He actually does analytics stuff. He actually analyzes sets and a lot of stuff. He's a really cool dude. He actually is a good part of the community, I believe. Besides ours, because do I think that a lot of people have this? I think some people play the part of the villain. Some people have the villain role to them. I think, for example, Mysterica, who is another Bayo from Indianapolis, and people know him. He's actually a well-known player in the Midwest. he kind of has that villain role to him. I mean, there are certain people. I think certain people have played a character have in play the character and pretty much just realize, do all these people have this villainous persona to them? This villainous persona to them? Do they act like? Do they play this character and they know that hate coming and they just feed off that? I don't know if someone like Masera does. Masera, who knows? Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. It's who knows. I feel like a lot of people should. I feel like a lot of people's. I think these personas are created in case sometimes by us, because some of us pretty much, you know, oh, they play this character and they are successful and pretty much are doing well. They are pretty much the players. They are pretty much going to be in the money. They are pretty much play games. In time, you just gotta just enjoy. I feel like to them, I think they are fans of the character. I think people like the character. Because especially if you play at this point now, if you played a character, which is Bayonetta, you've played this character despite through everything that people have said. People have pretty much. If you play a character, I say this: play your character, play whoever you want to play, and I'm not gonna complain. Because I have an issue with a lot of characters. I have an issue with a few characters. For instance, King Dedede. I have an issue with because I just like the character. So I just like, and he actually. Because the weirdest thing is, I can never figure this out. Figure this character out. I can't figure that character out for any way. So does it make me just want to just think, oh, we need a bait and King Dedede, he's crazy. I mean, I have issues with playing Ganondorf at times. Because I always get caught by some of his moves, which I always get caught by at least a few things. At least get caught in like some kind of by at least a lot of things I die at like 70%, die like 50%, at 50-60% by like one F smash or by an F smash or a downwards or like a downwards like or aerial wizard's foot. Wizard's foot. I mean, or anything. I mean, I have issues with Link, mostly on For Glory. Mostly people play Link on For Glory and basically roll around and spam arrow bombs and roll around constantly like you're Sonic the Hedgehog. Like you're Sonic the Hedgehog or trying to break vases. You know? But to me, it's just to me, I feel like this. What Lima do, I think they earn their spots. Yeah, they earn their. I think, yeah, Lima and CaptainZack earn their spots, but I think like they pretty much just was like not taking it literally, but the feeling of not taking it literally is pretty much just my lap to the face. But in general, in terms of having at least, you know, do I feel like we should be at like a point like, oh my god, we gotta hang these kids. We want to pretty much we should burn the kids at the stake or some crap like that. But no, I just feel like they played the game for fun. They were just, you know, having fun. They wanted to just pretty much be kids. And to them, it's just, to me, it's Plus, it's a moment they played in Grand Finals of EVO, which is big. My most important thing is out of this whole thing is there isn't like a lot of mainstream media attention to this, like on ESPN or some other big thing like IGN or whatnot. Pretty much just go over the top of it. Go over top of it, then that's good, because at least that's the last thing I think probably the Smash community wants is bad media, especially how we are now. Do I think like this? Do I think some? And it's kind of like, okay, it's kind of their fault for making this game happen, and in a way, it's kind of a fault of how we feel about a character, how taking our hatred towards a character too far. So, and that's how we kind of had a Grand Finals of EVO like this, is a combination of creating two people who have a passion for playing a character that people generally hate, and a combination of pretty much saying hurtful, hateful messages about the character led to a Grand Finals, to the last Grand Finals of EVO for Smash 4 to be a game of overwhelming hatred. That is where I stand right there. I just say this to anyone who ever, if you play a game, play any game, whatever it is, like whether it's Smash 4, Melee, Street Fighter, Tekken, Pokemon, whatever. If you like a character, and whoever it is, you might, if you somehow, after all this time, pretty much, because I feel like this. If let's say if Marth, because Marth has Tipper at least, Tipper kills at least in a 60-70% range. Let's say this. Let's just do this, and this is just an opinion. Let's see. Let's say, and this is just me doing general thing. I think this is Tipper range. Let's say this. Let's say this. People already know Tipper kills early. Let's just say let's do 30. Usually, Marth's Tipper kills at, say, 40 at least, at the earliest. Let's just say they just announced a buff for Marth, and it kills at, say, 30. I believe. Let's try it. Well, this is a small. Well, actually, this is a small stage. Actually, this probably makes sense here. Let's say it killed. Let's just say this kills DDD at 55% at 30. Max Tipper in the middle of the stage at 30. What if people will complain about that? And this is literally middle of the stage at 30% kills DD. Do you actually, would you call that Buster or not? Who knows? I don't know if it would be busted, but let's say that this is what it is. That is what it is. This is what the character has. This is what it does. What it do. So, I mean, do we just call for a ban, or do we ask to do a hotfix? Who knows? Call for like a nerf to that and back to where it was before. Who knows? I feel like a lot of cases, there's a lot of things I think like controversy goes around, in general, and I believe that this is the character, and this is what stuff happens. Stuff like this happens to where who knows what a lot of things happen. It's a Smash. It's my end of the story is this. Moral of the story to this is, well, simple. If you like a character, play whoever you want to play. Play your game, play whoever you want. Do what you want. This is a character you play, you spend time and effort and all the training, everything in the world to. That's your character. Play it. I respect that. Respect the players. I feel like this. And I would say this too, and this is probably advice to you, even if you if you dislike a character. Me, I dislike D. Literally, this character is annoying as shit. And you've seen me on Forgory Glare, you've seen me on stream, play against TV, and I get the fuck beaten out of me. Getting the shit beaten out of me. Do I just complain? Do I just call, oh my god, this character is busted, nerf this character, delete this character EXE, or whatever? No, I pretty much go in training mode for a couple hours, for like 20 minutes, at every stage, beat the shit out of the character within an inch of its life, learn more about the character, and then when I play against Zeke, I pretty much I know how to play this character, I know how to beat him, and get better. It's adapting. Try at least learn this character, learn his matchup, learn a DB's tendencies, what makes it good, what makes it bad, what it does. I mean, we all have our issues. We all have characters we don't like. I don't complain about the character. Do I feel like... I mean, if I get beaten by a DD player, a Link player, anyone, if you spend so much time and effort playing this character, regardless of a tier list, or how broken the character is, if you play it being a character you like this character, you spend most time and passion, that is respect. You spend your time and energy focusing on making that character, playing that character to the best of your abilities, what it can do, how it works, and everything. And that devotion deserves credit. So, to me, play a character how you want to play, and stick with, and have fun with the game. Now, what I think did CaptainZack Lima have anything to say? What it could have done, I mean, if they're going to play the villain role, if they play the villain role correctly, if they said on ESPN, like, look, my character is the most hated character in all of the game. I have had people hate me for it. I've had everyone tell me, have despised me for playing this character, whatnot. If him or CaptainZack came out and said, regardless of what you think of this character, we love this game, we love this character, and we're gonna play this character to any way, shape, or form. So that's my opinion there. That's all I gotta say. And it's the thing. And I think they could have said was, at least to everyone who has the problem with Bayonetta, just stay mad. We're gonna be we just won the biggest tournament in the world with a character with the best with probably the most broken character in Smash history, outside of Meta Knight. Overpowered, OP, most overpowered, broken character in the game, outside of Meta Knight and Brawl. So, to Lima and CaptainZack, congratulations. You guys earned your way. You kind of earned your way into Grand Finals. So I feel like you didn't give us. It was not the Grand Finals we want, but I think this is a Grand Finals we should look at and reflect on how we got to this. And I feel like this is what, in a way, who knows? We kind of made ourselves the ones to blame for pretty much how this Grand Finals turned out. And that's it. That's pretty much it right there. So yeah, that's my opinion. So yeah. All right.